Well, ladies and gentlemen, will this actually happen? Elon Musk potentially joking about buying MSNBC. Now, normally we would just say, it's funny, it's a joke, whatever, but this exact same thing happened back, what was it, 3, 4, 5 years ago, whenever it was, when he joked about buying Twitter, asking how much did it cost, and then he actually buys it and totally changes the narrative and really the political spectrum on X. And now we've seen even CNN coming out and saying that X is like perfectly mirroring the overall electorate with 48% liberal, 47% conservative accounts on X. And could you talk about a change in the landscape when it comes to Elon Musk buying MSNBC? Right now, the way I look at it, you want to talk about like the big three with Fox News, MSNBC, and CNN. You've got Fox News, which is mainly establishment Republican, although they've got some MAGA people. Obviously, with Trump in office now, they're going to bend the knee to him. But you've got Fox News clearly on the right. You've got MSNBC very far left, and then you've got CNN clearly on the left. But they try and swing it like, oh, see, we've got like Scott Jennings, we've got some Republican minds. They try and act like they're fair, but we all know they're on the left, not to the degree that MSNBC is. But could you imagine the shift that we would see when it comes to someone like Elon totally changing MSNBC? I don't think he would go the route to try and make it fair and balanced. I'm guessing it would be very right wing, and it would really be a bad thing for Fox News. You want to talk about the shift in viewers from from Fox News to MSNBC. I just wonder who he would have on the show. Who would want to even do it? I mean, imagine Tucker Carlson getting a show. They're talking about Alex Jones maybe getting a daily show. I mean, Alex, they're selling InfoWars. I know he's got his own new network now, but it would be funny. But it's just interesting to see a potential shift where MSNBC becomes right wing, Fox News is already right wing, and then does CNN try and placate even more left wing than they already are? Because it seems like the real crazy rabid liberals, that's the MSNBC main base. I mean, they admit it. They're very liberal. CNN, like if you watch CNN and MSNBC, there's a distinct difference. And I remember watching the RNC, and it was crazy because I was looking at MSNBC's coverage versus CNN's, and CNN is very left wing. They were very negative against Trump during the RNC, but with MSNBC, it's a totally different ballgame. I mean, MSNBC didn't even go to the RNC because they were afraid they were going to get booed, and they just had like a screen behind them acting like they were there, like it was a live shot. That's how pathetic they are. But this would be crazy if it ends up happening. You've got Donald Trump Jr., Elon Musk joking about purchasing MSNBC, Don Jr. saying in a tweet, Elon should buy it, and then Elon saying how much does it cost. And somebody told me in my chat when I was doing a stream, according to ChatGPT, it would be about $8 billion. If that's true, that's very affordable for Elon Musk when it comes to that. And it does seem like this is the next step for Elon Musk. When I analyze Elon, you see what he's done with X. It's been a huge hit. Liberals cope. They say, oh, he lost so much money. It doesn't matter. It's about the power. Musk already has money. The amount of power that Musk gained from purchasing X, it's absolutely priceless. And that's why liberals are so pissed off about it. And then they cope and say, he lost money. What a bad deal. Yeah, trust me. I think we're fine with, Elon's fine with losing money with the amount of power that comes with controlling X and having influence over X. It's very, very important. And listen, people are also talking about maybe him, becoming like a majority holder in YouTube and stuff like that. That would be really sweet, but I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, it's a huge company. What is it? Under Alphabet, the Alphabet umbrella, because YouTube is like owned by Google and it's all under the same thing. That's the thing. Like when you create a Gmail account, you're actually creating a YouTube account, a YouTube channel. It's just how it's all intertwined. But when it comes to something like this, look, this seems like the next step for Elon. It really does. He's already purchased X, the influence, him endorsing Trump, him using the platform to push out propaganda for Trump. And now the next step is to purchase one of these failing cable news companies, maybe an MSNBC. Their rankings have absolutely tanked. Could you imagine if this actually happens, and just cleaning house in MSNBC, or maybe keeping a few of them, but also getting a lot of Republican voices on there? You can see the chances of it. I mean, this is just all speculation. This is, this market just opened. It's at 16% chance that he would actually buy it. But I mean, I think it's a legitimate possibility. just with the way Musk operates, he's more of like, it's like a YOLO thing. It's like you only live once. I mean, you're the richest person. This is hilarious. MSNBC is clearly like very, very far left wing. And it would just be, I mean, it would be an oversaturation when it comes to conservative media, I would say, when you've already got Fox News there and now MSNBC. And again, does that push CNN to being even more liberal, or does another network maybe start an independent liberal network, or do they try and block Musk from buying this? Because remember, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of liberal billionaires that probably look back on Musk buying Twitter and the influence that he's gotten over that and probably kick themselves. I mean, it's all about influence when it comes to this stuff. I'm not saying Musk for sure is going to buy it. I mean, this is just speculation based off of how he's acted in the past, but it is something to watch because, you know, when you look at the purchase of Twitter, it was the exact same thing. It was someone on Twitter saying, you know, you should buy it, and then him saying, how much is it? And now he's doing it again. And it seems like MSNBC would be a lot less. At least someone was telling me it'd be less, like $8 to $10 billion. Twitter obviously was like 44 billion or whatever it was. So this is something that it seems like Musk could purchase if he actually wanted to. You could also say, well, it's failing. You know, cable news, these cable news shows are all failing. It's a depreciating asset, but I'm not even sure Musk really cares about that, honestly. As long as it's not too much money, it would just be something funny to see, and then be able to deploy a bunch of right-wing people on MSNBC. I really wish Musk would buy CNN because I like CNN's graphics better. I just think they present better. But I do think they would probably go more left-wing, and then there'd probably be another independent liberal. Although I don't know, is it really worth even sinking money into a new startup like Liberal Network if MSNBC becomes conservative? I'm not even sure it's worth it with how bad the ratings are for a lot of these networks now. And apparently a lot of these networks experienced a pretty significant decline over the past year. Even with Trump going in, I'm not sure it's gonna really help them. I mean, you know, with all the cable cutting and everything, they've already been declining. Fox News is able to stay up because they've got the boomer base and it's still strong. But a lot of these like MSNBC in specific, even more so than CNN, because at least CNN has this like more global brand. It feels like, I mean, it's like the airport meme. So it seems like MSNBC is really taking on water, and they've hit some ratings low. So my analysis would be, I wouldn't be shocked if it happened, if Musk decided to do it, because we've seen he's got this nonchalant, I really don't care. He understands buying, you know, when you buy something like X, the amount of power that comes from it, it's not necessarily a great investment. It doesn't matter. The investment is based on power you get and influence you get over the platform and the propaganda that you can push. And Musk also understands appealing to the public. And obviously, there's a lot of people that hate Musk because he's conservative now, or at least more conservative. But he's also going to have that transparency factor being on X. I was talking about this yesterday. You know, he's on X every day. It's his job to tweet. It's his job to promote it. He's now got Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency, with Vivek. Vivek is tweeting all the time. He's younger. He gets it. The transparency that these guys are going to have within the Trump administration is something that we could only dream of with any liberal administration under Harris. And just how, you know, when you look at the Democrats, they're totally controlled by the establishment. That is a direct difference from Republicans. You look back in 2016 and Trump being able to, I mean, you know, they definitely made a mistake having Rubio and Kasich and all the others stay in the race and really splitting the vote up. Trump at that point, you go back to the 2016 midterms, he had about 40 to 45% of the support, but it was enough because you had Rubio getting like 10%, you had Cruz getting like 15 to 20%, you had Carson for a little while getting a lot. And so they all kind of split between those two. But what the establishment should do is exactly what the Democrats did in 2020, which is force all of them to drop out and endorse one candidate, which is what they did with Biden when they forced all the others to drop out and endorse him. And the Republicans didn't do that, and it caused an outsider to win in Trump. And now we've got this MAGA movement, which is a more outsider populist movement that the Democrats cannot capture. And they had something like that. And this is what liberals have been saying the past few weeks after Harris got crushed, is that, well, we had that with Bernie Sanders and they shut it down. But with the Republicans, it didn't get shut down. And so now you've got Musk, and it's just the transparency that we're going to get from Musk is it's undeniable because he's on X, he tweets all the time, and I'm sure that the propaganda from Musk is just going to be, he understands the game and how it works. That would just be a total 180 when it comes to the propaganda that Musk would be able to push through a mainstream news channel. which is something they really, I mean, you have it with Fox News a little bit, but imagine owning one. And obviously, if you're a liberal, it's demoralizing if this ends up happening. I mean, I guess, you've still got all the independent liberal news and things like that, but there's a lot of them that they probably have to go to CNN or something. I don't know what they would do, but we'll see if this ends up happening. It certainly is interesting. It seems like something that Elon would do, but either way, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on X. Link to that's always in the description.